life has good times and it has bad times. There are things that are easy, there are things that are hard. And, what they all have in common is that, this too shall pass and you're going to get through it. And, by definition, you're going to get through it unless you're not going to survive it, in which case it's no longer relevant, right? Like, you go through whatever the challenging thing is. And just the fact that you will get through it, doesn't minimize the challenge or the difficulty, but it kind of reinforces this idea that, the universe doesn't give you things that you can't handle. And what I like to add on to that is sometimes that but sometimes I wish the universe didn't think quite so highly of me. But with that being said, the way you get through it matters a lot. It goes back to this line from Einstein: the most important decision we make is about whether we believe that we live in a friendly or a hostile universe. Because, you're going to have the experience either way, right? You can't control the circumstances. But, that basic worldview of this is happening to me versus this is happening for me, it's a choice. But it's a choice that affects your experience of it quite a lot, right? In Buddhism, they say pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. It kind of ties into that idea. And I think people sometimes get hung up on but objectively speaking, is it like this, like that? It's like, you can believe that this is really how it is or not, but as long as it's useful, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, the fact is that adopting this belief or not adopting this belief doesn't change the fact of the world around you, but it does change the fact of your experience. And, interestingly, changing the fact of your experience changes your ability to react to the experience, which sometimes does change the fact of the experience. That's, I don't know who said it, but, pessimists are more often right, but optimists are more often successful. So, given that, I'd rather be optimistic. I'd rather be successful than, technically, objectively right, if being right doesn't make any material difference.